Before we get into today's video, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed. And to those of you who haven't, if you do find value in these videos, it would be awesome if you could subscribe as well. And I really do appreciate it. So let's get straight into it. In this video, we are jumping into section C, and we are starting with problem 1. So we have a rack, no global variables for this one. We have 2 cylinders on either side with a center distance given. We have some teeth, which we have the dimensions of here. So we can already see that we're going to need a linear pattern. So looking at the instructions, build this part in SolidWorks, use the values below as needed, and then find the mass of the part. Okay, so heading over to SolidWorks, we can start with, let's start with a line, a construction line in the middle. We can, this is more for preference, but always constrain your sketches. We have 2 cylinders on either side, which I'm going to set to equal, and we have a dimension of 7.5 for the diameter. No, that's for the internal hole. The outer diameter is 16, so we can set that equal to 16, and we have a distance between the centers of 164. So this is going to be equal to 164. Then we already know we have our 2 inner circles or inner holes, and those are going to be equal to each other, and we can set those equal to 7.5. Cool. Then we can extrude it. So we need to extrude it to a depth of 20. A depth of 20. That's cool. Then we need to build our center rack segment. So to build our center rack segment, we know that we need to come off the base by 4 and then up by 12. So we're going to basically do the cylinders, this central body, and then the tooth profile, and that can be either sketch patterned or feature patterned. So we'll get to that in more detail in a bit. So heading back over to SolidWorks, we can create a plane. So this is actually, let's not create a plane in this case. So what we're going to do is we are going to start a sketch on the underside, and we are going to create a center line. We're going to offset it bidirectionally with no end caps. So we know that these are going to be tangent, so we don't need these dimensions. We can set that equal to tangent. And we can convert entities for these, remove what we don't need. Okay, so now when we extrude this, we are going to offset where we started from. So we know that we need to offset it by 4 millimeters, but in the opposite direction. This is going to change, and the height that we need to extrude to is 12 millimeters. 12 millimeters. Cool. Now we can get cracking on our tooth profile. So we know that we have a sort of square tooth. Oop, that was a mistake. Set that to horizontal. These two to equal. And okay, so that's our basic tooth profile. Heading back over to our dimensions, we have a start point given by the distance from the end of the cylinder to the start of the tooth. We have a pitch, we have an angle, and we have some outer dimensions. So we have 2 for the top face, and 2.5 for the height. So let's do that now. 40. We have 2, and our height will be 2.5. Our start point 18, and we are going to linear sketch pattern this. The direction that we're going to use is the x-axis, so that's fine. We're going to swap the dimension, and we have 24 teeth. The pitch between the teeth is 6 millimeters. So if you don't know what pitch is basically the distance between 2 consecutive points. So heading back over to our PDF, you can see that the distance is given from the start of one tooth to the start of the next tooth. So that becomes our pitch. So these want dimension, so we can dimension it. So the start of one tooth to, or the end of one tooth in this case, to the end of the other tooth. We can leave that as 6. And we can extrude this all the way through to there. Nice. Okay, so now we need to assign our material. And we have galvanized steel with a density of 7,870. So right click material, edit, galvanized steel, 7,870. Cool. So we are looking good. Awesome. So all we need now are the mass properties. Evaluate. We get a mass of 300.19 grams. And our answer is 300.19 grams. Well done. If you got this answer, congratulations. If you didn't, review your steps. Let me know what you did do and how you got to your answer. And again, if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate the subscribe. And let me know what you think of the video. Cool. See you guys in the next video.